Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Trent. This is Rams Talk. Thanks for watching. I just got done watching the Rams Monday night game against the Raiders, where they kicked their ass in the second half. That was pretty awesome. I just want to thank everyone for subscribing and for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking. I really do love replying to all of your comments, and that is me. I do get to all of the comments, so it's not a Russian bot. It's not some kid in Bangladesh. So send them my way, and let me get to it. So first of all, it's just great to see the Rams play some football. I think, like most of you, we've been waiting around patiently or impatiently for all of the Sunday's games, and then all day Monday to finally get to this. It was the second game on the Monday night broadcast. So, I thought they'd win, but that first half, I think maybe a little tense. I think Oakland was really jacked up from having it in Oakland and with Gruden and all of that. And they did exactly what I thought Oakland was going to do, is just pound the rock. They kept the Rams defense on the field for most of that time. The time of possession was heavily skewed in Oakland's favor. But the Rams really held on and didn't let the game get out of hand. And even though those were long drives, it was only a touchdown and a field goal. So, and the Rams pretty much matched that. They were only down 3 going into the half. So let me get to what I really liked about the game. What I really liked was, A, they got a W, and B, the second half of the game, they outscored the Raiders 23-0. And that's insane. It's kind of like, it reminds me of the Dallas game last year when they went into halftime and Wade made those adjustments and they came out and beat Dallas on the road and totally took over in the second half. So that was really awesome. They got 3 takeaways, 3 interceptions on Derek Carr. So, anytime you look at if you look at the team stats, like passing yards, rushing yards, first downs, time of possession, it was all pretty equal or even a little bit more in Oakland's favor. But the reason why the Rams won by so much is because of the takeaways and the turnovers from Oakland. So Marcus Peters did exactly what Marcus Peters does. That was pretty awesome, that little salute on that pick 6 at the end. I think the unsung hero, or probably the hero of the game, is Corey Littleton. That guy had 13 tackles and an interception. Now, that interception, I think, is more on Derek Carr for just throwing up that wobbly duck, but he was there and he balled out. And I think that is really nice. If he emerges as a key piece of the defense and kind of settles that linebacker core down, I think that will be a huge plus, and he did a really good job on the road. Another thing I liked is that Jared Goff didn't turn the ball over. The offensive line they only allowed 1 sack. That was good. Brandon Cooks looked really good going over the middle. There was a throw where Cook just threw a laser dome and he caught it and got popped right over the middle, and he held on. He's a little guy, but he has no fear going over the middle. Cooper Kupp, what can you say? Another great job. Todd Gurley rushed for over 100 yards, had over 30 yards receiving and a touchdown. So just another balanced all-around game from Todd Gurley. And I really liked how Sean McVay, last year they had tendencies of kind of getting away from the run, even though when it was doing really well. In this game, he really fed Gurley, and in the second half, Gurley and the offensive line just took over. Jamonhu, Austin Blythe really did a good job. The O-line really opened holes. Whitworth was great. Saffold, Sullivan, Havenstein, all of them, really kudos to those guys. I think the O-line really was the difference in the game for the Rams. Other things that I liked, well, I think you can kind of talk about their swagger. You remember with Jeff Fisher, they had that swagger, but they were reckless. They were just late hits and talking trash and not really backing it up. It's like they had all this, it was like a chihuahua. They were just barking so much, but they really weren't effective at all. And this time around, they were talking trash, and they had the swagger, and they were backing it up. And the fact that Aaron Donald didn't have a dominant game, and the Rams still won like they did, says a lot. And I think even though Aaron Donald won't show up in the stats and Ndamukong Suh won't show up in the stats, the Raiders committed how many holding calls and false starts And you can directly attribute that to Donald and Sue's impact. So even though it's not like a statistic that's tied to them, a sexy thing, all of those penalties, I think they had 11 penalties for 155 yards. I mean, that's plus the turnovers. Those are going to lose a game. And that's vintage Raiders for you, though. They've always been the high penalty team. So I guess old habits die hard. Now, the things I didn't like about the game, I think Jared Goff just didn't look sharp. He didn't hit a deep ball. Cooks had gotten behind the secondary. Woods got behind the secondary, and he just couldn't connect. Luckily, they were bailed out with some PI calls. There were some throws behind Woods and behind Kupp that I think maybe this is just the effects of not really playing in the preseason. But he didn't turn the ball over. He had almost 100 quarterback rating. So, I mean, I'll take it. He was more of like a game manager, and he did have some darts. So, but I mean, I would like to see Goff a little more sharp, a little sharper. Another thing that I didn't like is Jared Cook. I mean, yes, okay, Jared Cook, I'm happy for you. You're still playing football, but I mean, what the hell, 180 yards? I mean, every time he was on the Rams, he was dropping a pass, a key pass, something in the, I think dropping a touchdown. And today he played like an all-pro. So, like, thanks for finally catching passes, Jared Cook. Screw you. But not really. Whatever. Rams win. No, this is not, now here's something that wasn't, I didn't necessarily not like it, but it was just kind of interesting. No targets to a tight end. No Higbee. Nothing. Kind of crazy. So, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, it just really was like 3 guys he was throwing the ball to, or 4 guys he was throwing the ball to. So that's kind of crazy. Other than that, I mean, I think they played, like they manned up, played an awesome game. I think it's cool, like Ndamukong Suh comes to this team after being on the Dolphins and the Lions, and he's part of a winning team now. I mean, this is new. So all in all, very happy about the game. A little nervous in the first half, kind of expected it. And then, you know, they have a short week. They're going to be hosting Arizona next week. The rest of the NFC game behind. So all this is really good. We finally got our Rams. They're looking great. So all good things. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And also, I'm going to try and get something up in the middle of this week. Yeah, before the weekend. So if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, please let me know, and I'll get to it. But anyways, if you haven't subscribed, please do so. If you want to see another video, please watch it. And until next time, I'll talk to you later. Go Rams.